Today is ours. Let's live it. And love is strong. Let's give it. A song can help. Let's sing it. And peace is dear. Let's bring it. The past is gone. Don't rue it. Our work is here. Let's do it. The world is wrong. Let's right it. The battle is hard. Let's fight it. The road is rough. Let's clear it. The future fast. Don't fear it. Is faith asleep? Let's wake it. Because today is ours. Let's take it.
Hey, beautiful people. So on today's episode, I am speaking to the amazing and quite fashionable Margo McZeal from Lafayette, Louisiana, currently residing, by the way, in H-Town. Margo is, as you may or may not know, a PR expert as well as an entrepreneur. She's the founder of the McZeal Maven, which is a new fashion and beauty blog. Make sure you check out her website. She's also the founder of the McZeal Project, which is her PR, public relations firm. And she is the founder of Girls and Guys Rock Louisiana, which is a program that highlights people in the community who give back in extraordinary ways. We have so much to chat about: life, love, balancing it all, finding time for yourself. So make sure you stay tuned. Also, follow us on social media at McZeal Project as well as at sayitwithyourbreasts. And don't forget, check out the website www.sayitwithyourbreasts.com. So what's up, Margo? What you been up to? I forgot to mention that you are also in school right now.
Oh my God. Like you mentioned, I'm in school right now. I'm getting my master's in business administration, plus juggling, a regular 9 to 5, doing my PR firm as well in the McZeal Project, and a newbie on the blogging scene with the McZeal Maven, fashion and beauty, and everything in between blog. So that's what's basically been going on, a lot in the mix.
But what inspired you to start the blog? Because I know, and from just knowing you, I know that style is always on point. But
oh, thank you.
What made you want to share, like, the tips and tricks and, what made you want to start the blog?
I think it goes back years ago when I really became into fashion and beauty. I kind of starting off working at MAC. People always come up to me and ask me what I did, what products I used for my face, or how did I get that outfit together, where did I buy this particular pants or shirt, and doing something different. I always wanted to be original and unique in my fashion style and as well as in my makeup style. So basically people would always ask me, and I would give them little tips here and there, but finally it became a time, 30-something years old now, that I was just like, it's just time to go ahead and do it. It's time to put the fear aside, and hopefully people accept it and like it and love it and get some great tips to bring their own originality into the mix.
So I can definitely relate to Margo and what she's saying in terms of wanting to kind of embrace the fear, because this was something that she really wanted to do. And when it's something you really want to do, just because you're afraid of what might happen doesn't mean you're not going to do it, or it doesn't mean you shouldn't do it, or at least give it a try. And with the podcast, I'm definitely learning, that one, I do have this curiosity of people and how things work. I've always had a lot of questions just about life in general. I love to know how things work. And the other thing I'm learning is that putting out content is seriously a skill. And I am working on, how do I plan content, or do I even plan content? And do I just kind of go based on my gut or what I'm feeling in the moment? So I wanted to ask Margo, does she plan ahead? Does she put a lot of pressure on herself to put content out there? And how
Absolutely.
she goes about
that
that
ideas
process.
that come to me, but also what's going on in the industry now. I normally try to keep up and post upon what's going on as well. So we have a little bit of the beauty trends. Like right now, it's Fenty Beauty. That's been the talk of the town. So,
oh, tell me about it.
Yes. So that's a big thing going on right now. So I touch base on what products, you should get, reviews on it, and share little tips on how you can do your makeup and the aspects of everything.
So do you like it so far?
I love it. It's a chance for me to express myself.
Yeah.
That's why I love it so much. It's a chance for me to be myself.
Right. I find that that's like a big, I think maybe between I'm not going to say an age, but I think we all come to some conclusion at some point that we need to do something that expresses a piece of who we are so that we don't lose that piece of who we are.
Exactly.
And so, despite how busy you get, and that's the crazy part about it, it's despite how busy you are, how many things you have going on in your family, your friends, your relationship, you still have a piece of yourself that you can't forget, And it's like, even if you get so busy and you try to forget that piece, it will not leave you alone.
No, it will not. It will haunt you. I've tried.
Literally, yourself will haunt you.
Yes, it definitely will.
And you have to do it. So in terms of PR work, is that something that you still love, or do you find that fashion is going to take over?
I think I have a passion for both. I still love my PR aspect, especially working in entertainment and, getting artists out there, trying to help them develop their image. I still love that aspect and will continue to foster that, yes.
So to give you guys some background on myself and Margo too, like I said, I do put out music. I'm a singer and songwriter. That's my first love in life, honestly, is songwriting. And part of putting out music is also having an image, having a look, having an overall sound, pretty much a package, right? You're the product, not just your talent. You are literally the product. And so part of that is getting PR and marketing and press releases and things of that sort. And so in 2013, when I put out my very first album, I was able to enlist some help, and Margo was definitely on that team of people.
It is a business, yes. Yeah. And it's also, building a relationship with you was easy, and it's kind of what made the business so easy to handle with you. So building that relationship and that trust for you to let me do what I needed to do was the absolute best.
So with everything that Margo has going on, she is doing PR for businesses and entertainers with the McZeal project. And then she has the McZeal Maven, of course, which is the fashion and beauty blog. And she's working, she's in school, she's in a relationship. With everything she has going on, I just wonder how she's doing and how she's balancing it all.
Oh, wow. To be honest, I still haven't mastered it.
Me either. I don't know what to tell people. I'm just figuring it out.
It's just day by day. And I mean, honestly, for me, it's hard with the relationship because it's long distance. Yeah. So it puts it even extra pressure on things to maintain and to see one another and still be there to support, or if anything is going on, just be there to comfort. So I'm still learning, but I think I'm getting the hang of things. Work and everything is important to me, but also having my relationship and building that foundation is at a higher importance. So I always try to make time where it's needed.
Yeah, I think that's important. I know for me it's a challenge. I mean, it's definitely a challenge I'm willing to do.
Well, maybe you can give me some tips.
I don't know, girl. I don't know. Sometimes I feel that guilt of, working too much. And I try to sometimes multitask, and I end up possibly burning the dinner, or or he's thankfully around to catch it before it burns, because I'm trying to edit something while I'm trying to cook, while I'm trying to send emails, or I might be send a text to my mom versus call her because I'm just trying to do too much. And I do think being forgiving to yourself, because you are trying to do something innovative. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like you're, like Beyonce says, like, I'm not just this normal, like, you know, basic situation. So
yes.
There is, like, as long as I'm being honest and saying, listen, I have this to do. I'm going to try my best to be done by this time. Just want you to know, you know, so you're not waiting on me to do whatever. You know what I mean? Like, I think just being honest is the best you can do, because some days it's easier and some days it's not. Like, I don't know. It's a lot.
It is. And I like what you said. Forgive yourself. I'm going to have to take that in and remember that.
You might have to write that on into your schedule. Like, at this time, just forgive yourself.
Yes.
Schedule that. Yes. Seriously, schedule that too.
But I do. But I have to say, for me, he's been truly supportive and always pushing me to continue my dreams. So I could not ask for anything more. I'm truly blessed.
And that's great that he's also in a creative field as well. And so, you know, when two people are either both working towards something, or at least you both have your individual goals, it's kind of fun to have your collective, like, couple goals. It's different, I think, if you only have couple goals and then you have nothing to do for yourself. It's like, okay, well, this is nice, I love you, but don't you have something to do? Or like, can I have something to do? So I think it's great that y'all both have your things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and it brings out the best in each other.
Yeah.
So that's a good thing.
Yeah. Do you think that you're ever going to put him in the blog, like his style? Do you ever style him?
Oh, yes. That's definitely coming up. And he's
Seriously.
Truly excited about it. He's like, I get free clothes. And I was like, wait a minute. This is not how it goes.
Wait, hold on. Now I'm your personal shopper and your stylist. And so, your PR and your PR rep.
Exactly. So I'm everything all in one.
That's fun.
But yes, there will be posts about him, introducing him, of course, and giving some tips for some of the guys.
Guys.
You know, skincare to fashion to traveling as well. So there'll be a little insight into our crazy life.
That's fun. That is so fun. I think that's so cute. And the fact that, like, honestly, I think guys want to kind of know what we think of their fashion. Absolutely. I don't always know what I think as far as, like, giving advice. I just know if I like it or not.
Well,
so I'm not good at giving the tips beforehand.
That's a great start. That's where it starts out at. For you have a very sharp dresser.
He is, which is why I don't know what to tell him. Like, I just know if I like it or not.
No, but it's easy. It's fun. It's all fun.
Yeah, it's fun. Do you plan on bringing this to the screen? Is there some YouTube videos coming? Or is that, like, secret out and no one can know? Yeah.
No, I can give you a little sneak peek. Yes, we are working on you. And it will be focused more on, I guess, the life and the journey of myself and my boyfriend, and how we're building things and trying to get adjusted to learning in the same time. But also I will have, you know, makeup tips and beauty tips and do some reviews and all that good stuff. So, and have hauls as well, like different hauls from stores that I just shop at.
That's cool.
And what I picked up.
Yeah, I have a shopping challenge. Like, some people are height challenged. I am shopping challenged. For sure. Like, I used to love shopping when I was in college because, you know, I didn't need money for other things. And so it was like, I can go to a store and go shop for the party and get my shoes and get everything. I would work at most of the stores in the mall for the discounts. And now I love to shop online. I much prefer to just sit at home got my food, my wine, and just click, 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 click.
Yes, and actually the crazy part is you introduced me into the online world.
No, I did not.
You, and I was like, oh my God, she has so many cute outfits in her photo shoots. I need to figure out where she gets these clothes.
It's only for photo shoots. Trust me, not for my real life.
And I'm like, oh, she's killing it. I have to ask where she's getting this from. And you sent me a list, and from there, it's like,
I remember that.
What have I been missing?
It opens up a whole new world. I'm telling you. Like, I do miss going to like boutiques. That's the one thing that I want to do. 2018, my goal is to like go back to shopping boutiques, because they do have some interesting designers that they are like, that they shop from. And sometimes you'll find like some really cool pieces, but I really love shopping online. I just love like my ASOS and Boohoo and like my little classics that I go to because they always have good prices. And
it's convenient.
It's so convenient. Yeah.
Click. And it's there. So
and when you're busy, like sometimes you don't have time. Like it's either groceries or clothes, and sometimes groceries has to win. I'm sorry.
I know. I'm with you on that.
Like, I don't know. But how has your friends and family, are they super proud of you? Like, do they motivate you to keep going?
Oh, always. I guess the greatest motivation for me is my family.
Yeah.
We're close. We're a tight bunch. But they're just pushing me to just do what I need to do. Make my dreams come true. And just keep following my dreams and doing what I love.
Yeah.
I couldn't ask for anything else.
What made you want to go get your MBA?
Well, I just wanted to further my education in the sense of just gaining more knowledge in the business industry.
Yeah.
Right now I'm in the nonprofit education sector of things, and just moving up the ladder, I just felt like it was something that I needed to do to get me in the position that I want to be in.
Yeah. I love that. Well, congratulations.
Well, thank you.
Seriously, that's
an exciting journey.
Yeah.
Cute, but hell, I'm doing it.
Yeah. I mean, but you're definitely a person that, like, when you put your mind to something, you do it. For people who are listening too, so when back in 2013, I think it was either 2012 or 2013. I think it might have been end of 2012, because I was just pretty much deciding that I was gonna start putting myself out there as a singer and a songwriter, and putting my original stuff out and everything. It might have been 2013, and you and Humble had put together, I think it was Humble, I think so, had put together a talent showcase, and you had Byron Wright there from BMI, who, by the way, I have seen him like 4 or 5 times randomly since then. I've seen him in Atlanta 2 or 3 times, and just randomly just see him. And thankfully, I have an introduction to him already through you guys. So when I do see him, I'm not like this crazy weirdo, like, hey, Byron. But anyway, you guys. So I was in the talent competition and I won. And that was like my first like big boost in confidence. Like, ooh, maybe I can really get up in front of people and sing my own songs. Because he was like, I remember him asking on the judging panel, he asked, who wrote this song? And I was so proud to be like, that was me. I did that. And that was, so you did that. And then you also created Girls and Guys Rock Louisiana. It was in the Daily Advertiser. It was like in the Times. It was, I think, maybe in the you had promoted it everywhere. It was a big event. It was a huge turnout, huge crowd. Do you think that's something you're interested in doing again? It was a huge thing. I mean, for people who don't know, Girls and Guys Rock, it was an organization for unity, diversity. There was mentoring, and there was a celebration of individuals in the local, in Louisiana, who had been nominated or who were doing like amazing work in the community. So it was something different, honestly. But yeah, what did you think of it? Like, is that something that you want to take on, or do you want to do something different?
I enjoyed both Summer Jam and Girls and Guys Rock. There definitely were hardships in the planning process and in the journey of it.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, seeing the results and seeing the excitement on everyone's face, I actually would love to do something similar to one of them. I don't think I would do both of them again. But one of them, and I think my passion and my heart would absolutely go to Girls and Guys Rock.
Yeah, it was definitely an interesting experience. Not interesting experience, but like empowering experience, because the event itself, because it is a lot of work to put together and to get all of those people together in one space at one time. And there's a lot that goes on with that I can't even imagine having to deal with. I know I could not put myself through it.
Yes, it was just a lot.
I could not. I mean, I know my limitations, and I will admit them, and I know I couldn't. But it was a very cool event.
Thank you.
It really was. So if it is something that you bring back, I mean, I definitely support. I will help market and put the word out there to whoever I know. It's like 5 people I know, but I'll do what I can.
Oh, I appreciate you. And I mean, she's not saying everything. She was one of the performers as well for Girls and Guys Rock. So she tore down the house as usual. So
it was fun.
Thank
it was
you
fun
for believing in what I was trying to do and trusting me on that journey.
And I mean, it says a lot when no one's, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That says a lot. So,
So maybe it's time, I guess.
Maybe.
It on back up.
Or in whatever way that you do what you do. Like, whatever it is that you choose to do. I mean, I just talked to Morgan Pete, who does the Acadiana Fashion Week stuff. And
yes, I heard that was a success.
Yeah, and I mean, even some type of collaboration or some type of involvement in that. I know that's not going to be till next summer, the second one, but it's just so many amazing women. And when I thought about, like, even for the podcast, most of the amazing people that I know are women. So it made sense to do something that highlighted us. And all of our Black girl magic and all of our woman magic, just to do our thing and just highlight it. Because, we talk about all the great men, and that's really nice, but it's really the women who, in my opinion, do the most work and bring about the most change the quickest. But that's just my humble opinion.
But you're doing that. You're sharing that platform today as we speak.
Yeah.
Just giving an introduction of, those powerful women taking the steps. I don't consider myself one of those powerful women yet, but I feel like I'm working towards it because I'm not where I would like to be, but I have come a long way from where I was.
Right.
So it's just a work in progress.
Right.
So,
right.
Everybody's inspiring me, even you. I'm getting my motivation back. I'm getting it together. I'm like, all right. The groove is coming back. Margo.
Yes. So. Yes, it's coming everything is coming full circle. I don't know. I just feel like the end of this year is going to end great. I feel like 2018 is about to be lit, just like across the board. I don't know what's going on politically in the world right now. Well, I know what's going on, but I feel like I just don't want to know what's going on. And I just want to focus on the positives of things that I see, because there's so much negativity that it's just sickening. I don't know. You also were a Houston, you lived in Houston. Did you have any people, I guess, in Houston, like, that were affected by the flooding or anything? Like, was everyone okay?
Absolutely.
That's good.
Everyone is fine. I did have a couple of family members whose house flooded. They basically lost everything.
That's so
But
I'm sorry.
in a time of that, their spirit is so up. Just because they're blessed, they're alive.
Yeah.
You know, it could be so much worse than what it is.
Yeah.
So you have to be thankful for that. And I don't know. It was just a scary time.
Yeah.
Scary time. I've been in hurricanes, you know, from Louisiana. I've experienced, you know, a number of hurricanes.
Right.
But never have I experienced anything
right.
like Harvey.
Right. It's so bizarre. Like, I know that Beyonce ended up posting some of the stuff that she was doing, trying to get people to donate money, donate you know, goods and supplies and food, and just as much as they could. I know there's still efforts now to get trailers out there to help with the cleanup efforts. I have a friend of mine out here who's a social worker, and she's out there trying to, I guess this is something that, I don't know if she's doing this as part of her church or personal mission, but she's out there trying to help people emotionally and coping, and help with, you know, help the kids cope. I don't know. Do you think that their response, like the Beyoncés and the celebrities, do you think that response is it helpful? Like, is that helping bring more, I don't know, because I feel like our president isn't doing anything. So I feel like celebrities end up stepping in to do something.
It's definitely bringing more attention to the matter, and letting folks know, like, we can't forget about Houston and what Harvey has done, because, you know, it's almost, 3 weeks coming up that this happened. So, you know, eventually things are going to die down. But there
and
are
we
people
forget.
still, you know, out in shelters and stuff who have nothing still.
Right.
So we don't want to forget about them. So I think Beyonce coming in when she did, and I have to say Beyonce and Pastor John Gray with Lakewood have been instrumental in their donations and trying to make sure the money goes to those truly affected.
I know there was a lot of controversy in the beginning because people immediately want to donate to Red Cross, and people were like, no, don't donate there, because they don't always, you know, the money doesn't always go to the people. Donate to this place or this. And I was like, listen, I just want to make sure that anything I donate goes where it's supposed to go.
Right. They have to do your research.
Yes.
So if you're donating
to
hurricane relief, please do your research to know where the money is going.
Yes. And continue to check maybe the local news there to really see where things are, because, you know, the national news will move on real quick, and they're quick to talk about anything else. But, you know, it's just, you know, putting that out there for people now. Like, if you do still want to donate, I know a lot of the local places here, they ask you if you want to add something to your purchase to donate, things like that. Just donate $1 wherever you can, donate something. But I just felt like, you know, throwing that out there, because I don't want to forget about Houston. And I know that was a home for you, you know.
It's still my home. I'm
it's still your
out
home.
Here living in the H. So,
I forgot that. That is home.
My second home.
Yeah.
My first home is always Lafayette. So.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of, so I don't know if you hear this out there in Houston, but I definitely hear this from some people here in New Orleans. But they're like, y'all Lafayette girls. y'all, that's where I need to tell my friends to go. They be like, y'all know how to cook. Y'all know how to treat a man. Y'all friendly.
Well, okay. There's a lot about Lafayette.
Do they say that? Do you hear that? Or is that just like something I'm putting out there and then they say it?
Well, I haven't heard it come across like that. First thing they'll ask is where you're from. And once you say Louisiana, it's like, do you know how to make gumbo?
Oh,
and it's
God.
just funny because that's the thing they connected to is gumbo.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah, they love Louisiana. I mean, majority of Houston is Louisiana.
Right.
You know, I feel like everybody just kind of ventured out here. So
yeah.
It's like another Lafayette.
for Houston's fashion scene, is that like, is it, because I know Atlanta, like, you think of Atlanta, you think of more fitted / business looks. Like, you've got like the business chic, and then you have the super fashionista kind of look. I know down here it's very, like, well, New Orleans specifically, it's a little bit more either super creative or a lot of like ethnic influences, or very chic, you know, depending on your style, or just real casual. But I don't really know what the Houston like aesthetic is. Like, is there like a special?
God. Houston is very, how can I say? You can say chic. They're definitely fashionista divas, I would call them. They are truly repping. They are repping, you know, your name brands, as well as mixing in with low-end clothing company as well. So they're giving you a mix of both.
I see.
But they're very aggressive in how they dress.
Really?
That's one thing I've learned living out here. It's like, if you're going out somewhere, make sure you're stepping out in your best.
Okay. I like the challenge.
Yes.
Keeps you on it, coming up with new looks.
And everybody's makeup is always flawless out here. I'm just like, what's going on? But I can't go to the makeup artist every weekend. So that's new to me.
Yeah. Like, it's almost like going to the hairdresser on your Thursday. Yes, you know, like every Thursday I go to Miss Pam, get my hair done. And they're like, no, we're going to make sure our face is beat.
That's all they're concerned about. Yes. It's a weekly appointment. So I'm not mad at them.
I'm not either. It keeps me at least interested and like on my toes and trying different looks. And I'll be on the McZeal Maven, like looking up different reviews that you give. Because I'm one of those YouTube people who, like, I will read reviews. I will look at video reviews before I purchase something. Do you have any like fashion don'ts, like absolute people need to stay away from whatever?
I think sometimes the matchy is a don't for me. I know some people try really hard to match everything, like their shoes, their pants, and maybe have like just a simple top. But I mean, these days it's kind of taking things kind of boldly and being over the top. So print is something that is really in the season. So I think just the matchy is out. Like, it's time to embrace something new and unique. So try something bold.
She's like, try something bold. I like that. I love watching Project Runway. This season is season 16. And I don't know if this is a show that you watch. I used to watch it when I was like in high school and stuff like that. I hadn't really caught up on Project Runway until recently, because I just had time over the summer and I just didn't have much else to watch. But on this season, they have girls of different sizes as the models. And so there's models from size 2 all the way through 20. I think 20 or 22. And they're all professional models, but they're different sizes. And they have to design for different body types on each episode. They get a different model. So they don't know what size model they have to design for until that new challenge. And some of these people are like breaking down as if they never saw a woman that wasn't a size 2 before. Like crying, like, oh my God, her boobs. I don't know what to do. Like, are you serious?
Yes, they've probably just been working on models who are a size 0.
Yeah.
The normal regular girl has curves now. So you have to learn how to embrace that in whatever you're designing.
Right.
It's no more of just a stick model figure. It's curvy and it's big. It's very big in that aspect of things.
What do you think of these new fashion styles and lines of like Fashion Nova, for example, which I don't have the butt for, so shout out to y'all, but I ain't got that. Like, I got my butt and it's cute and I like it and it's nice, but it's not Fashion Nova nice, but it's nice. You feel me? Like, my mama gave me something. Let's not trip. But it's not Fashion Nova nice. But what do you think of these new fashion lines? Like the Cardi B's are wearing them all the way to this recent the fashion the Diamond Ball. I think Beyonce was in one of the like either House of CB or a Fashion Nova dress or something like that. I mean, what do you think?
House of CB for the Dream Ball.
Yeah.
Rihanna's Dream. Yes, it was really nice. Really nice.
Yeah.
I love it. Lala Anthony actually just came out with a new denim line, and it's for curvy girls.
I saw that.
Kind of tailored to Fashion Nova. But Fashion Nova, I love it. I actually have a couple of their jeans.
How do you like them?
So, I think they fit me absolutely well. Because, understandably, I am curvy at the bottom. So,
you're blessed.
Yes, I have a butt. But in the right places.
Yes.
That's what I like.
Yes. See, and I appreciate that. Like, I like the fact that it's not just like an Instagram fad. Like, real celebrities are on Fashion Nova.
Yes.
You know,
they love their style.
And I appreciate the fact that the woman's body is being embraced for what it is. Not, and it's not this new thing. Like, a butt is not a new thing, okay? But the fact that they have a brand that people love, that people follow, and now other brands are following. Now the top designers are even following them.
Exactly. Because most of your sponsors, your celebrity sponsors, are curvy girls.
Yeah.
So they have to tailor to them.
Right.
So they have so many people who look like them, are shaped like them, and that's what they're trying to bring. Especially Gabrielle Union now. You know, she has her clothing line with New York & Company.
Right.
Although it's not tailored for curvy girls, she is focusing on how her body type is and trying to sell it to those that look like her, you know, slim and athletic. So I think it's starting to be embraced.
Yeah.
You know, the fit curvy look.
Yeah. I love it. I get style ideas from Instagram all the time, especially for like shoots and stuff. Like I said, my normal life, until one day, Lord, I will have the check and I won't need to spend it all on groceries, and I'll enjoy being a little bit more adventurous. Do you think that you would ever branch into designing a line, or I don't know, is that something that you think you might ever want to do?
I haven't even really gave it much thought, but it would be something that I would be interested in seeing how it would progress.
Yeah.
I love, you know, textures and doing things and putting things together and kind of creating my own. So you never know.
Yeah.
Maybe in the future, it will be something that I will be venturing out, starting on. As of now, it's really not my focus, but you never know.
Yeah, never say never. A lot of people end up kind of putting themselves in a box, you know, and then you kind of stop your own blessings when you do that.
I agree.
You know,
that is a true statement.
Yeah. Now that you are developing yourself as your own entrepreneur and your interest in the things that you love and the platforms that you want to use, what do you feel like you're learning the most right now in your 30s so far?
Oh, I think the lesson that I've learned becoming 32 at this moment is not to worry about what other people say about you starting your career or your entrepreneurship journey. Just focus on yourself and making sure that your brand is on point and together. You don't need to worry about if someone is following you, if you have followers or not. The critiques that people have, just set foot on what you need to do.
Yeah, I like that.
A lot of people will make you change your mind on things. You know, they will give you the fear that you're not going to do well. Or they may be like, well, somebody else is doing that, so why do you want to do that? You know, so you have to stick to your guns and you have to be strong in what you want to do and just pursue it.
Yeah, I'm excited to see where life goes, you know, because every time people are like, oh man, I'm old, I'm getting old, I feel old. I'm like, stop saying that to yourself. You're just getting started. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're literally just getting started. You know,
Absolutely.
I feel like I was a kid for more years of my life so far than I've been an adult. So I'm not old. You know what I mean? Like, I'm literally like, this is just the beginning of more fun things to come. And I don't think that there's any age limit. I don't think there's a color. Well, there's some color limits in life sometimes, depending on the system that you're working in, for sure. But, you know, regardless of your gender and things like that, if there's something you want to do and that avenue isn't there, you create it. Just create it.
Absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely.
And make it for
Nothing
yourself.
Nothing should hold you back.
Nothing.
In your pursuit of your dreams. Nothing.
Right. What would you say to someone who is trying to figure it out for themselves in terms of their own look, their own feel? Because I know for some people like myself, and I say I don't really like to shop, I think sometimes I just don't really know what my look is, you know? So I don't really even know what I'm going to look for. I just go and find what I like. And sometimes the things I like don't create a look. So what would be your advice for actually putting together a look?
Yeah, I think for me, whenever I was starting out and trying to put outfits and different things together, the fashion magazines played such a huge role in how I would piece things, especially your Vogue, your Cosmopolitan, your Style and Watch magazine. Those are maybe my three that I really still look at today to try to piece some things. Mm-hmm. For me, it's basically, what do you feel comfortable in? Mm-hmm. And then from there, you can kind of go from what style you like. Maybe it's a certain top that you like, and understanding like maybe V-cuts work for you, or it doesn't work for you, or you like the off-the-shoulder. Understanding and picking that style, going to the pants, if you like slim fit, if you don't like slim fit. You just have to kind of see what fits your body type and what makes you feel comfortable too, because you want to feel comfortable in whatever you wear.
Yeah.
But you still want to look good in it.
Yeah. And you want to rock it with confidence, and it's hard to do that if you're pulling something down the whole time or pulling something up the whole time, like it's not fitting right and you're not comfortable in it. You don't feel like yourself. So that's good advice.
And to be sexy in your outfit, you don't need to look sexy, if that makes sense.
Say that like again. So say that for the people.
To be sexy in your outfit does not mean you have to look sexy. So you don't need to reveal so much. You don't need to give so much size. If you want to focus on one area, that is fine. But do not give everybody something in all areas. Leave it to the imagination. Yeah. You can be still sexy rocking a sweater, an oversized sweater. So just make it yours and do it right.
Yeah. So I have a fill in the blank for you. Okay. I wish I knew. It won't be hard, I promise, but you can make it whatever you want. Okay. I wish I knew blank before I was blank.
I wish I knew my dreams would come true before I let fear set in.
Nice. How can you tell when fear has too much of a voice in your mind? Like, how can you tell that fear has had its moment and it's time for fear to go?
I think for me, it was the aspect of it just kept coming back. I know we spoke about it before. Yeah. You have a passion for something, it's always coming back to you. I know for me, I kept pushing it aside, kept saying, okay, later on I'll probably deal with it or do something. But it was just that aha moment that you have. It's like, okay, you can't just stop, letting fear get the best of you. You have to just go ahead and pursue it. If it fails, it fails. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But at least at the end of the day, I always go with, at least you tried. So that's something that I take with me. At least I tried. And if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. Yeah. But I'm having fun on it.
Yeah, at least I tried. So what do you have, how can people get in touch with you, or like how can people reach you if they have like style questions, or maybe they have PR related questions?
So for PR and style questions, they can reach me at the McZeal Project at gmail.com if you want to send in any inquiries on certain styles, or if you just want to know some information or tips regarding public relations. I'll be happy just to talk to you and kind of guide you on that aspect. So you can email me there. You can reach me on Instagram at the McZeal Project, and then me on Instagram again at the McZeal Project.
And definitely reach out. You know, if you have questions or you're just interested in learning more, or you need somebody for PR, you've been looking for someone, now you have found someone. So reach out to her and let her know what you need.
Yes, I'm here to help. If I could be of any guidance, I'm here. I know that's how I got to the position where I am with help. So I'm willing to help.
Yeah.
Well, it's in different aspects. I know for me right now in the education role, that being my client of a school district, I am basically marketing the schools, marketing the district and trying to get them on certain levels within the state of Texas. Also working with government agencies just to get grants and get sponsors and get programs into the schools. For another aspect of entertainment, I'm basically a publicist. I am your representation. I am the middle person. I help with any aspect that you need regarding contracts or anything. So it's different in both aspects.
Yeah.
But the same purpose is getting the client out there.
Yeah.
So,
y'all know who's going to be the person to call for me. So, so when I tell people, my people going to call your people, I'm really talking about Margo, okay?
And congrats to you as well on this podcast. What an awesome platform.
Thank you. I love the podcast so far. You're an awesome guest. I'm going to be keeping up on the blog and reposting things from the blog. And so I'm excited to see what you're going to do. I mean, the possibilities are endless. All right, you guys. So I'm not one to stay after church too long. So I'm going to go ahead and say I enjoyed my message for the day. And thank you guys so much for listening. Make sure you follow at sayitwithyourbreasts on Instagram, and check out the website www.sayitwithyourbreasts.com, because I do entries on each guest every episode on the website. And I have this really cool page called Geek About Mine, where I share some things that I'm interested in, like books that have come up during the podcast, really interesting things I'm learning about in Black history or what's going on in the environment. So I just like to share little tidbits here and there. So thank you again for listening, and make sure you email me with any questions and inquiries. sayitwithyourbreasts@gmail.com.